This video will show you how to replace the mirror switch on a Mitsubishi Outlander. This will be attached to your front door panel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now to remove the door panel from this area, we're starting up along the top. In this upper corner, we can see that we do have a small triangular trim panel. Some of these applications will have a speaker located behind it, others will not. For this, I'm using a trim tool. I'm going to start breaking this free. We'll just give this a quick spin. Now I can see that I do have an electrical connector. On my application, it just goes into the trim panel. If there was a speaker, I would be dislodging it from that. As far as this electrical connector, I'm just taking hold. I'm going to give it a wiggle and slide it out of place. Every time I disconnect any electrical connector, I always take a peek for corrosion. This looks good, so I'm going to set it aside. Now let's move down towards our inside door handle. If you were looking behind the handle itself, you can see that there's a small trap door. We're going to have to dislodge that. I like to use an angled pick. Now that I have that separated, just a quick look along the back side, I can see all of my locking tabs. We'll set that aside. That exposes a Phillips head screw deep inside this area. Go ahead and remove that screw. There's my mounting screw. Now we're moving down towards our grab handle. Looking inside this area, we can see another plastic trap door. I have my pick. There's that small trap door. And we exposed our Phillips head screw. Go ahead and remove that. Now, of course, we do have some elements behind the door panel we're going to have to contend with. We have a wiring harness for the switches and everything, but we do have to pull the door panel away from the door to gain access. To do that, I'm using a small trim tool. Down along the bottom, you're going to find that there's access ports. You can make your way in and then gently start prying the door panel away from the door. As we pull it away, just keep in mind we do have that wiring harness along the backside. So I'm just using my trim tool. I'll find an area to gain access and just start pulling it away. Here we are. Now let's focus up along the top here. We're going to lift this up and away so we can gain access along the backside. So I have this pulled away. We can see our inside door handle cables and of course the door lock cable. I'm going to dislodge this entire unit. We have a Phillips head screw in the center. Remove that screw. You can slide that out of place. Now that we have the inside door handle dislodged, we can see our electrical wiring harnesses. I'm going to flip the panel over so we can see our connector for that mirror switch. So now as we look down in this area, we can see the blue connector. This is for our mirror switch. It has a locking tab on the inboard side. Squeeze it in and disconnect the electrical connector. Of course, a quick inspection for corrosion. This does look good. I'm going to set it aside. Now, as far as dislodging the mirror switch from the door panel itself, it does have two locking tabs. There's one down in this area here, and then there's one up in here. I like to use a small pocket screwdriver. You can use pretty much anything as a small prying device. Just make your way in between the switch and the panel, gently pry, and pull the switch out. You can see it's starting to dislodge. Now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side there. I have my tool. And remove that mirror switch. There it is, friend. Now, prior to installing our part, of course, we want to make sure we clean and inspect our mounting area. For this, I'm using a clean rag and some light detergent. You can clean your door panel any way you'd like. Just a close inspection. There's no damage here. Okay, let's get ready to install that mirror switch. Of course, we do want to make sure we have it in the proper orientation. I'm looking from along the bottom of the door panel. I want to make sure that I have this switch area up along the top, facing away from where the window switch area would be. Press it in, listen for an audible click, give it a wiggle. It should not easily slide out of place. We'll continue on with our electrical connector. Line it up, press it in, listen for a click from that. Audible click, and it's secure. It's time for the inside door handle. We're going to slide this through the door panel. We'll align the mounting hardware. We're going to start in that Phillips head screw, and of course, snug it up. Right there is bottomed out. I'm just going a tiny bit further. I am only screwing into plastic. I do not want to strip this. Now let's prepare to align the door panel with the door. Along the top of the door panel, there's this small lip making its way all the way across. And if you were looking at the door itself, along the window channel, you can see where we have a small groove for that to slide into. That's where we're going to start, but I also want to point out along the side, we have several locking clips. Those need to press into their corresponding ports. Coming up nice and high, I'm going to attempt to slide that down into the right position here. Just a couple light taps along the top. Now I'm going to make sure I feel along the sides, confirming it is aligned, and then I'm going to tap it in all the way around the door panel. This feels good. Obviously, we do still have some hardware to install, but let's just make sure each one of those locking clips are properly secured in place first. Let's look inside of the grab handle. We need to install our mounting bolt here. It's easiest to reach in this area using a magnet if necessary. We'll make sure that's nice and tight and protect the area with its cover. Let's make our way towards the inside door handle next. We have our mounting screw for this. We have our plastic protective panel. We'll make sure we have it in the proper orientation. Pull on the handle, we should be able to slide this into position. There we are. Now we have our corner piece here. I'm just going to secure my wiring harness into the proper port. If you have a speaker, install it into that. Looking along the bottom of this, we do have one small locating tab. It slides in and behind the door panel. Then we also have a locking tab which would go into this port. Line it up, press it in, make sure it's secured in place. Okay friend, we finished our installation. The next thing we have to do is put the key in the on position and test the functionality. I'm coming down to the mirror switch. We'll make sure we're facing towards the driver's side, or the L over here. And now of course you'd want to adjust the mirror to your preferences. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.